Nick said he thought you guys responded really well to entering the game without Wemby and then Steph going down. How did you see it? Was it just a matter of guys stepping up, next man up?
Yeah, I mean, I also think we did a great job, just like defensive, just being connected on that end of the floor, and I mean, kind of just being disciplined in our approach on that side of the game. And I mean, I really feel like that kind of helped. And then I feel like they're just playing together in offense, and I feel like Fox was great and just assertive and stuff like that. And just figuring out, obviously got great minutes from Kelly and Jeremy and that group. Like definitely found ways to be effective. And yeah, I mean, a lot of times I feel like we were able to use that depth and just kind of keep pushing.
Mitch pointed to your intellect and just how people who you're playing with know where you're going to be. You know where everyone else is all the time. What has allowed you to come in here and sort of seamlessly fit in with this organization and this roster?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's yeah, I mean, just definitely the product of being able to play for quite a few years, and yeah, just kind of awareness of how you fit into things. And I think my game's always just kind of been trying to help make the game easier for everyone, and I think we still have a long way to go in terms of growing in that. But yeah, I really just kind of want to help set the table for guys and put them in spots to be effective. And I mean, it's nice to have games like that too, where you get to I mean, have a couple points where you're really trying to emphasize, and then for guys to be able to just get those like reps on the court. So yeah, it's kind of just like the joy of playing a game is just figuring it out with your teammates, and yeah, it was fun to go do that today.
You're a guy that's obviously had to kind of fight and claw to build a career, especially at first, undrafted, some G League stints. What has that journey been like for you to this point?
Yeah, it's been I mean, I feel like there's a real kind of like redefining of kind of like how I wanted to be in my career between when I went back to the G League when I was in Maine. But I mean, so much of it when I kind of recommitted to that was just like putting the team first and just sort of like withdrawing yourself and like where do I fit in and how do I just help serve, and letting that kind of be the defining characteristic. And as much as other things can get involved, like there's still just like the simplicity of knowing like, all right, my job is to go out here and play hard and give the best I can and just be as disciplined as I can, and just kind of living with that result over and over again, and knowing that you get to enjoy days like this where you get the win and it's a better feeling. But then, yeah, the kind of the joy is just in the actual playing of the game and sort of getting lost in that and letting that be when the game ends.
What was your mindset like when you went back to Maine to the G League?
Yeah, I mean, that I think I felt like my time in Chicago was just difficult personally, but I think honestly that sort of just revealed a lot of like pride and selfish motives I had within myself, that then when it was like a failure, you kind of took all that failure individually. And so kind of within that was just like, well, I'm going to sort of, this is like a last chance, and if it works out, great. But it was just like to make it about the team, and a big perspective on that was just like realizing it's the same in the NBA. But kind of like if you're not enjoying your time in the G League, you'll not enjoy it in the NBA when you're there, because you'll have like the same motivation and the same like personal, like where do I fit into it. And so like kind of just recommitting to like how do I serve and where do I fit in, and just letting that kind of be the way to define how you play, and just let that take you wherever you go, and you can just have peace with that, kind of however that ends up.
When you say pride and selfishness, can you explain what you mean by that?
I mean, I think there's like you get a lot of like positive reinforcement of like being a good basketball player, and where is that going to take you individually, when really the game is all about like how does your team do and what's the score at the end of the game. And so I think just being like accountable to that, and yeah, kind of not fighting for any kind of individual recognition as much as like how's my team doing and how do we do on that possession, and like being cool with I mean, you're going to get some of the positive stuff, and sometimes you're going to get some of the negative stuff, but like just being accountable to like, did we actually do our job well, and did we actually like figure out the best way for us to win? And yeah, kind of like detaching from all the, I don't know, kind of like the temptations of just like individual accolades and stuff. And that's always like a persistent battle, and it's always trying to like creep back in. But I think you have a lot more peace when you feel like you just played hard and like played within the context of the five guys on the court and did that well.
Thanks, Luke. Appreciate it. Try to get Fox in here.
Yep.